Gemini, how you doing, guys? So now I am going to do the dark side reading, you versus them, for May. I've got a few channeled messages in for you. Wherever these come from or whatever it may relate to, it will only relate to you if it does, because I can't exactly tell you if it's going to or not. So you had some very strange messages, and you always give me a run for my money, Gemini, when I'm trying to figure out what this is. But the first thing that I picked up was naproxen. Now that is an anti-inflammatory, okay, and it's something to do with like flaring up, like, because I'm also picking up like a lot of tearing up and a lot of tearing down. It's like I'm building walls and I'm tearing them down. It feels like a lot of manual labour, that someone is so busy doing manual labour that someone is so exhausted, but they're not stopping. It's like, no, I have to keep going, I have to keep going, and I have to keep going, and I have to keep going. But someone might be having to take naproxen, okay, because I picked up snap and nap, okay, and then I picked up naproxen for some reason, okay, and it feels like snap, like I'm just about to snap. I'm just about to snap and I'm just about to burst because I am exhausted and nobody seems to be helping me. That's what I've picked up, okay. So these messages obviously can be like life messages. I really can't tell you if it's to do with your partner. At the moment, they're saying that it is a lot to do with snapping. Okay, that someone can be very snappy at this time because it feels like that they are so busy, like busy. Like I'm busy doing this and I'm busy doing that, and I'm having to fix the windows, the doors. I'm having to clean because there's like some like constant, like something is constant, Constantine, or the name Constant, or it's just constant and it's constant and it's constant and it's constant, okay. And I think that around you, of where you are at the moment, could obviously still have a lot to do with the coronavirus, but again, of like snapping at people, like people are snapping at you, you're snapping at the heels. They're saying that snapping at my heels, whatever it is. It's just that I'm getting so wound up, but it feels like, if I'm honest, Gemini, that someone is using a vice, like a device, right? Now, a device or a vice of avoiding something by doing an extreme amount of work. Like, we have to avoid everything that's going on, and we need to do all of this extreme amount of work because they keep saying that it's to the extreme. Rock a mic like a candle. It could be a mic, even a mark, or okay. I picked up through, I can't remember what sun, moon, rising, or Venus that was, but I picked up on a mark on someone. Okay, now that was mark of the devil, which was Capricorn. And I can't remember if it was your reading, because I've been doing all stuff in advance and they're all pretty much ready to go. So I can't remember, but it was a mark, like the mark of the devil, which is Capricorn. Now, I think that some of you don't even realise that someone has Capricorn in their chart. Okay, but whatever it is, it feels like I'm scorned, okay, or I'm scolded. Scolded? Why are they saying scolded? It's like a mark on the skin, or someone's skin, and it's a mark. It's like I feel like I've been scolded, or scorned by the devil, or something like that. Like it's the mark, or it's to do with a name mark, and it's marking and marking and marking and marking. It's like I'm leaving my mark. Something also to do with cat, like cataracts or a cat. Okay, because I felt like spraying. Like, I don't know why. Like someone is spraying something. Okay, I don't know why they get me to associate with things like this, but you know when cats, feral cat. So you could have something also to do with Leo, right? Of like, someone's outside the door or something, right? And it feels like that I need to spray my territory, okay? So someone's very territorial, okay? Territorial. And it's like, no, that's my property. So we might be going down to like actual property value itself, or no, you're my property. It's like, no, no, you're my property, and I need to put my mark on you. Because there's what on earth are people doing? I'm not saying that humans are literally going to come up and start cocking their leg at people, okay? But I'm definitely thinking that it's something to do with like leg or something, leg, or illegal. I don't know if that's coming across as illegal, but something to do with like that I need to put my territory. I need to mark my territory, and I'm very territorial, or very tall. Someone's also very tall, okay? But I'm very territorial, and they just keep saying that. Terry, the name Terry. It's like Terry in June, right? Used to be an old TV show. But again, it's like, I'm very territorial, and I need to put my mark on you to make sure that you don't go anywhere. Okay, so someone is pretty much checking up on you all of the time, okay, and checking up on you and checking up on you and checking up on you to see if you're all right, because they think that, or they see that you're exhausted, okay, that you're doing way too much work. This is you versus them, so we're channeling both sides now, okay, but they think that you're doing way too much work and that you're exhausted and that they want to help. But is that really helping? That's what my point is, because I can't quite put my finger on whether that's actually helping. Because it feels like, well, I want to help, and I want to help, and I want to help, but it's like, well, if you want some help, you're giving off a signal that you want some help, but you've physically got to ask for it. So you could really be dealing with the Leos. Okay, now Leos are very much like that. If they've got like Virgo in their chart, I'm picking up a lot of you possible Virgo, but again, like, they can ask you if you're sure. Okay, they can say, okay, I'll ask you something, and then you give them an answer. It's like, are you sure? And it's like, yeah, I said that I'm sure. And it's like, yeah, but I just need to make sure. It's like, yeah, but you keep making sure. And it's like, I'm making sure, and I'm making haste, and I'm making stuff, and I'm making stuff, and I'm making stuff. Whatever it is like you're making it and making it and making it. It's like cooking or anything. And it's like, no, I need to do all of this stuff just to really avoid sorry, Gemini, but that's what they're saying. If you lot are doing it and you are thinking it, then that's the messages, okay? Or because you would continue to do that, because it feels like, no, we need to like keep doing it in order to avoid something that is deep within your subconscious and your soul, that this is going to take some understanding for you guys to actually be able to hear that, okay? Because it feels like someone is either sleight of hand or sleight of hearing, right? And it feels like because someone is constantly checking up on someone and saying, are you okay? And it's like, yeah, I'm fine. Are you sure? It's like, yeah, I said I'm okay. But then it feels like that I need to keep checking up on and checking, okay, like a checkout or a delicatessen, and you're checking stuff in and checking stuff out. And I just keep thinking that there's so much being checked out around you, right? And it could be the Czechoslovakia or Czech Republic, something like that, okay, but the public also, checking on the public, pick up a pen. Okay, that came out for me, but check, and I literally was dropping this pen on the floor and actually picking it up. Did any of you get that? I was picking it up and writing, and actually dropping it and picking it up and writing. There's something about, like, I'm dropping it and then picking it up and I'm writing it, and then I'm dropping it and I seem to be losing my grip of something, right? It's like I'm losing my grip. It's like I'm literally losing my grip. Or am I literally here and am I losing my sanity? Because I seem to be picking stuff up and dropping it, picking it up, dropping it. Now, okay, wow. Some of this came through for other readings. Again, I can't quite remember, but I was doing that, okay, and it was like a fairground. It was coming, oh, we need to get this toy, and then we need to pick it up. It's like, oh, I didn't do it, okay, and it's like, oh, no, we need to pick it up, okay, and I can't do it. It's like, oh, I need to pick it up, I can't do it. And through that, I kind of like realised that it might have had something to do with someone's nerve endings and stuff like that, okay. You've also got nerves, as in like someone's getting on your nerves as well, okay. But you've also got something to do with like nerve endings, where this could have anything to do with like women's products, makeup, and all this kind of stuff. But it seems like my nerve endings are like running out. It's like I don't seem to have any nerve anymore, or I can't find my nerve, or my Mervyn, or Irvin, or oven. Like I can't seem to find my oven anymore. Okay, someone could really, again, channeled from other messages, but I can't think what signs, could be going through dementia, which is I can't seem to find my oven anymore, meaning like it's all there, but there's stuff that's not there, like there's my oven, but I can't seem to find my oven anymore, or I have got no idea what, this is so confusing, Gemini, I'm sorry, but I think that might be possible signs of dementia with someone where they're doing so much around something, but they're actually moving, like either moving or they're just moving, like physically moving from one place to another place, or they're physically just moving a lot where you're like, I can't keep track of you. It's like, where are you going? It's like, no, I'm just going into the kitchen to do all this, and it's like, okay, then you're there, and it's like, I'm sure the oven was there a minute ago. It's like, okay, someone is going through something controlling. I'll put it there, Gemini. I'm sorry, but I'm not saying it's you. I'm saying somebody is. Because it's very confusing for somebody. They're kind of like, well, I'm sure that oven was there a minute ago. Because it feels like gaslighting. That is gaslighting. It's trying to get someone to believe in something that's physically not there or not happening. And it's like, well, I'm sure that picture... Because if you look at gaslighting, that was Ingrid Bergman, okay? And there was a very, very, very old film called Gaslighting, right? And it was this guy, and he's trying to make someone feel like they're going crazy and going mad of, like, removing a picture and saying, listen... You moved that picture, and it's like, no, I haven't moved that picture, and it's like, you did move that picture, and he's blaming someone to say that you moved it. And they're like, no, when I came in here this morning, it was actually there. And they're like, well, it's been moved. And it's like, well, I haven't moved it, but he did. He did move it, right? So there's some kind of like, you know, I'm being honest, Gemini, that a lot of people say to me, Steve, be honest. So I'm being honest. So, because I'm exhausted even trying to like connect with the energy of what this is, right? And that's an omen. That is an omen right there. Okay, where it's like, it was there, and it's like, oh, what is there? And like, see, now it's gone. See, yeah, it was there, and then there was a blank screen, and now it's there. You see, now it's gone. You see, that's an omen. It's like, well, I'm sure a second ago I had a message, or I'm sure a second ago you said something. And it's like, oh, I said it, and it's like, yeah, but did you say it? And it's like, well, I did, because, oh, wow. Oh, my word. So it's kind of like the believable but unbelievable. It's like, I can't even believe my eyes. It's like, I've just literally seen you do it, or I know for a fact that I've got my faculties, and I know that they're all there, but you moved it. And it's like, no, I didn't move it. It was there, but then it's not there. And that is gaslighting, of someone trying to get you to believe, Gemini, that something was there that is physically not. Okay? Now, I don't know whether these are like moving parts, because there seem to be like a lot of moving parts, like a lot of moving and a lot of moving and a lot of moving. Now, this is either physical, like you're off out and that's it, and I'm moving and I'm moving. I don't even think that someone's like physically moving. I just think that they're moving so much that someone can't keep track, and they're like sitting back and they're watching and thinking, oh my word, it's like you're in the house and you're out the house and you're in the house and you're out the house. And it's like, I thought you're supposed to be staying like in lockdown and in the house. It's like, no, I haven't got time, I've got to go out. And it's like, what? Where are you going? You know, honestly, Gemini, where are people going if you are going out? Right? Because I don't know, I keep picking up like someone's coming out, like they're coming out and they're coming out. Now that could have something to do with, because I've been picking up on someone really struggling with like trying to change their sex or something like that, okay? Because I picked up on, very strange, but like they're getting me to look at like mannequin dolls or something, right? That is physically a dream of wanting to be one from another, okay? Because they're picking up Michael Jackson and the film Mannequin. I think it was Michael Jackson. I don't know. Two people. The film was called Mannequin, right? Anyway, it's something like to do with that. And it's kind of like looking at this person, it's like, well, you're not real. Like, you're not real? Or are you real? It's like, I can't work out whether you're actually real or whether you're not. And I think someone is like physically like forgetting someone's name or forgetting someone's, I mean, possible gender. I don't know. But it's like, well, I see you like there, and then all of a sudden, like, you're just gone poof, and you're not there. And it's like, where on earth have you gone? Where have you gone? Like, I don't know if this is where someone's trying to keep track of someone and they can't, because they're just literally not even spending 1 minute to sit down. It's like 1 minute they've sat down, and it's like the next minute you can hear someone and they're up and they're in the kitchen, and it's like, what on earth are you doing at 12 o'clock at night, like washing up? I don't know. I mean, these are life messages, so if they're relating to you, Gemini, I've got no idea why they get me to talk about that, but they do. Right. So I think that coming through to your dark side reading of a relationship, which is also going to involve your family, as you know, as we go through family, everything that'll help you out more of understanding about this life, right, is life itself. And that's why I'm picking it up, that it's something to do with a mum and a child or a family group, right, where it's like we need to just keep it in the family, we need to just do all of this stuff for the family. But it's kind of like, oh my word, and it is like literally draining someone where they just can't keep track of someone's movements, right? They can't keep track of their movement, or they can't keep track if something's moving or not, right? Is it moving or is it not? Or is it spreading? Because this can either be a disease, physical, right, or mental. Physical or mental, metaphysical or physical. We're kind of like looking at both quantities here. Because there are a lot of quantities of things that are being weighed up, right? Which is either metric and its measurements, or it's money and its bills and its finances, and everything's being measured. But I think that it's being overly measured, like overly compared. Because I think like someone is like really going through something to do with like paperwork or drugs or like medicine for like naproxen or something, or penicillin, or something to do with like the ceiling. I don't know, right? But it feels like that I've got to keep track of the ceiling, and wow, I'm really picking up that someone could really have dementia around you. I really am, because why on earth could someone not keep a track of the ceiling? I can't even keep track of the ceiling anymore because I don't even know if it's really there. So is someone taking drugs? I don't know. Right? Because it feels like someone's like dazed and confused, and it's like I'm in and I'm out, and it's like, oh, I'm in and I'm out, and I'm like, why? Because for some of you, this is a person, right? And it could well be you, Gemini, right? That is like in and out and in and out and in and out, backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. There's one. Just gone out. But in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's like, I can't even believe that you've just literally gone out the house and then come back. And haven't washed your hands and literally brought loads of plastic into the house. Sorry. But it's driving someone absolutely crazy. It is. It's driving someone crazy. Try also having that, and then also having a Gemini moon yourself. Very crazy, right? And I mean, so okay, get off your own stuff, Steve. Right? So integrity, or ignorance. I don't know why, because my words change. But ignorant or integrity. It's like I've got too much integrity, too much to stand for, and I can't possibly give in, and I can't. There is a big ego clash between you and somebody. I've got to put that one straight on the line, Gemini. There is a lot of integrity that someone has so much pride, hide, okay, and denied. Pride, hide, integrity, pride, hide, and denied, okay, and tried. It's because they're just what I wrote. That's all that I wrote for Gemini. It's like I've tried and I've tried and I've tried and I've tried, and all I need to do is hide. I need to hide. I need to hide. And there's like a Jackal and Hyde. It's a Jackal or Jackie. Jackal and Hyde, Jackal and Hyde, Jackal and Hyde, Jackal and Hyde. It's like 1 minute I'm this person, and the next month, I mean, this could even be a bipolar, and it could have something to do with someone having to take medicine for that kind of thing. But it's a Jackal and Hyde, and then you're Jack, and then you're Hyde, and then you're Jackie, and then you're Hyde, and then you're Jackie. But people don't want to know my life. But Jackal, Hyde, Jackal, Hyde, Jackal and Hyde, and then you're hiding, and then you're doing this, and then you're hiding, and you're running. Gemini, honestly, if this is you guys, you are avoiding something in your mind. Okay, your mind is your own, and you have to keep your faculties, and you have to keep your mind, because that's more important than your health. Trust me, your mind is what will make you either react or enact or do anything in life. Your mind will, right? If you keep your mind intact but not do things to avoid things, right, then it is coming across as a lot to do with that. Okay, where there's a lot of pride. It's like I have too much pride to actually say anything. It's like I mean it and it's all locked inside, but I have way too much pride in order to do it. Okay, now pride could also be someone that's going through like a same-sex kind of relationship, or trying to tell people something to do with that, and it's like I've got way too much pride in order to admit that I'm wrong, and I've got too much pride to actually admit that I'm right either. Okay, and there's a lot of confliction, and there's a lot of integrity that I am going to hold on to my integrity, and I'm going to hold on to mine too, because whatever it is, it feels like it's sacred to someone, right? Now, approaching and around Leo kind of energy and all that sort of stuff, it feels like I've got way too much integrity to actually ask you, but I actually need it. It's like I really need something, but I have too much integrity to actually ask that I need you. So this can be coming from Leo, Gemini, or Virgo, right? But I've got way too much integrity. I need it, but are you sure? And it's like, well, I just said that I'll do it, so are you sure? And it's like, yeah, I'll do it. So sorry, guys. Someone is so confused in this dynamic of you versus them, right? that someone has way too much integrity to actually admit their true feelings, but what they're actually admitting is their true thoughts. You're admitting your true thoughts, but you're not admitting your true feelings in something, right? Where the feelings are been broken, okay? And it feels like I've been broken, and I've been broke, and I've been broke, and I've been broke, and I've been broke, okay? But if that is a mentality of someone struggling through money or like physically like being broke or something, okay, then that's a mentality that will make that keep happening, because it's the mind that is creating this. I've been broken, I've been broken, I've been broken, I've been broke. But so I'm not. People's like financial situation is down to them, but I don't know where this is coming from. Is very confusing to one to another, because it's like I've got way too much integrity, but I actually need stuff. But I'm actually like have a lot of integrity where I'm not actually going to ask for it, but my energy head-wise is actually giving off a signal that you need it, right? So it's like, well, I need you for certain things, but I just don't need you for everything. But, you know, if this is a struggle to get in or out of a relationship where you're really not in one, but you kind of are, okay, where you're physically not in a relationship, but you've got someone of an interest, I think you're both very confused, honestly. I think because someone is seeing it as like a friendship, but you do me a lot of favours and I need all of that kind of stuff. But as far as a love partner, I'm not interested in an actual like commitment of actually going to sleeping with one another or that kind of stuff. Where it's kind of like, well, we just see each other now and again, but you know, you offer me what I want and I offer you what you want, but there is nothing other than just that. Okay. And that is very confusing for both of you, because someone sees it as like, well, I want to be around you all the time and I'm prepared to do all of this stuff. And it's like, are you sure? And it's like, yeah, are you sure? And it's like, yeah, I'll do all of that. But then this other person is kind of like thinking that they want more, but... Sorry, Gemini, you always give me like a really run for my money of trying to figure out what on earth is going on. Right. I think it's all really to do with that, to be honest. I think I've spoken enough. I think I've probably annoyed you enough, Gemini, to be honest. Because I'm kind of feeling like, you know, there's a lot of people like, I don't want to... I mean, I get that with all sorts of channels, you know. They come for information and they get that and they don't like it. Me, when I was growing in Ascension, right, I loved everything that I heard that was hard to hear, because that's what helped me hear, to actually appear missing. Right, disappearing and appearing, and it feels like a disappearing act. And again, it's something around this, like stuff is there, but it's disappearing, right? And it's like I've got no idea that was there, and it's like no, it's not. And it's like someone is really trying to gaslight someone. Honestly, I can't lie. There'd be no point me sitting here doing tarot card readings of information and being a medium and picking it all up and just sitting here thinking, well, I know all this stuff, but I'm just going to lie. That'd never be me. I would never lie. And it feels like that sort of channeled message too. Like, oh, I don't lie. It's like, no, but someone seems to be doing something accidentally on purpose. And that's why I can't figure it out. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so let's see, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising of Venus. I mean, if you've got your suspicions, Gemini, that that's happening, you're like, wow, that really hit home. You really got to look at that seriously, right? And see where that's coming from. You might know the person, right? So you really got to look at that as being like, if you're coming to this channel for clarification, right, and thinking, my God, that stuff is really happening, right? I can't figure it out, right? There you go. Look at the person, right? And actually start... It can be so confusing. It really can. Because they try to get you to believe in stuff that is physically like wrong and not wrong. It's like, I can't be wrong and I can't be right. Someone has also got Libra in their chart as well. It could be a Gemini that also has Libra in their chart. But there's definitely a lot of air around you. And it's so confusing. It's like, I really can't figure it out. I really can't. Let's see. So, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising of Venus. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising of Venus. Show me a dark side tarot card reading. So, again, these can be very sensitive. They really can. So be prepared. I don't know why. It's like I need to be prepared and I need to prepare something and I've got to repair it and repair it and prepare it and repair it and repair it. And it's like I'm doing all of this stuff for the estate, I'm doing all of this stuff for the house, and I've got to repair it and I've got to repair it and I've got to repair it. And I'm like, well, where's your help? And it's like, well, I'm not capable of doing that. And it's like, well, you should be. You're a man. Really? Or you're a woman? Whatever. But it's like, well, you should be able to do that. And it's like, no, I'm not qualified to do that. And it's like, yeah, of course you are. It's like, no, I'm not qualified to do that. Okay, well, I need to ask a favour from this person. And I don't know why that it seems to be involving quite a few. Right? And because it's kind of like someone needs something, but there are people that are capable and incapable of doing something, right? And it's like, well, I'm not physically qualified to do all of that, but I'm qualified to do what I'm good at, but I'm just not qualified to do what you're asking me to do. Okay, well, I'll ask, because I don't know why I'm picking up on three, right? 3 people. And it's like, well, I'm asking them, and it's like, well, they can't do it, so I'm going to ask you. But it's like, well, I can't do all that because you can't come in the house. Let's see, dark side reading for Gemini. Dark side reading for Gemini. Symbolizing Venus, please. But me, again, like I said, I used to worry about that people were just going to dislike the video and that I couldn't speak because I was trying not to get the people to dislike it. But I realised that no matter what I say, people are going to do that anyway. So I'm just going to be completely blatantly honest from now. Okay, so here, this is turning my back. This is a child that is also turning their back on someone. They don't want to know. This can be a younger person. It's like, well, I'm here alone in all of this. I feel like completely pushed out and I feel like alone. But I'm also very confused because I don't know what to believe anymore. You know, I don't know to believe whether I've got this energy around me, this side, that I feel like that I need to apologise all the time. That I need to apologise. This is in this person's subconscious and in their feelings and in their head. That they need to apologise. That they need to make up for something. It's like, okay, well, we need to make up, but then as soon as we've made up, we need to break up. And this is in this poor, lonely person's energy here. It's like, well, I can't figure out whether we're actually making up or we're breaking up. But there could be a relationship around you that you're talking to because you're facing somebody here. You're trying to face something. You're trying to face facts. This person here is trying to face facts that they feel completely and utterly pushed out in life. Trust me, right? They feel like they're completely pushed out and they feel like that they're in it alone, right? Home alone. This person could also be either one, home alone and isolating, right? But they could also be a vulnerable person that is suffering through whatever I channeled, that I also very much believe in, my channel messages, okay? That someone feels like they constantly need to apologise to someone, but the moment that they make up, it breaks the energy. Because there's an energy that is made up to break up. So I have to turn my back. I can't pay attention to it anymore. You know, there's too much busy energy from what I've picked up that someone is like, I'll literally just cut you off and turn you back. That's me all over. Me, I do. If the energy gets too confusing, trust me, I'm the first one ever out. I am. I do. First, I'm out. So this is kind of like, if you do it again, I'm out. Like, there is no apology. I don't think that, to be honest, there's an apology that this person would really accept as an apology, right? Because I think that there's so much happened with this person here that there is no way back. There is no way back, okay? Because it is also a very younger energy as well, right? Let's see, show me this side. You know, because the pages in reverse can also come across as a very manipulative energy, because it can be someone that's playing with emotions, right? Meaning like they can talk to you just now and again, but the reason why someone doesn't want to talk is completely down to the reason why someone doesn't want to talk, to completely down to the reason why someone does, of why this person here feels very confused of, are we talking or are we not talking? And if it's a case of constant make-up to break up, then someone is like in the middle of this, where there could also be a child in the middle of it, where they're like, well, I feel completely alone, you know. So I don't know whether to apologise or not apologise. Let's see, show me the other side. Okay, so Three of Pentacles here. So this person then goes back to work. It's like, well, I'm just going to go back to work on it, right? Let's work on it. Let's build it. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go to school. Let's go to college. Let's go to work. Someone is like very ambitious as well. Ambitious and suspicious. Suspicious minds. Elvis has entered the building. Suspicious minds. Someone is very auspicious. Suspicious. Suspicious. Can't even say it. Suspicious. Because they're constantly working. Someone has got a very strong work ethic around what's confusing. The whole energy is, I'm so confused that when you're doing all of this work, I don't know what you're doing when you're doing it, right? It's a bit like, well, I'm here doing stuff myself, right? And it's like, well, while you're doing all that, I'm just going to go around and do all of this channeled messages stuff, and there we go. Okay, and it's like, no, I need you to come back here. I need you to do this for me. I need you to fetch my shopping. I need you to go to the shops. I need you to, and there's a lot being asked of this person here that's confused of whether they're actually in the circle or whether they're out of it, right? I don't know if I belong in it. I don't know if I belong here anymore. I don't know if I physically belong there. Because they're seeing all of this going on. Because they're a witness to it at the same time. Which is why it could also be a younger person or someone on the outset. So, Somerset. I also heard Somerset. Someone could be from Somerset. Or Dorset. Alright, my lover, I'm from Dorset. Show me this side. Show me this side. For Gemini, symbolizing Venus. Show me this side. Praying. So you got 3 and 3, Gemini. Just put that one out, but this one is in reverse. Okay, there's the. It's kind of like the front side, back side. So say what you see, Steve. Okay, this person is like willing to reach out. It's like, well, I'm willing, but again, it's something to do with like a will or like a financial security blanket, right? That I've got security. Right, and I've got everything that I need, and I've got everything that I want, and I've got my security. But at the same time, I'm concentrated on my love life, where there's so many different energies. Right, this could be someone that is in a love life already. Right, and this could be a mother or someone on the outset or a person. Right, but those energies are definitely there. Like, I'm just concentrated on my relationship here, my union with my person that I'm not with either. This person could well be in isolation right now. Wow. So if you guys are in a third-party relationship, right, if you are, and this person is with someone else, they're not with them either because they're in isolation, right? They're not. These people are together in union, but they're physically not together. They've got a contract together, right, but they're actually living apart, right? They're actually living apart. So they're in union with a twin flame or soulmate, but they're physically not being able to spend time with one another either, right? That's on one side, okay? This side, because you also do have 3, you're also still a big part of that. And because you're a part of it, right, that can also come through as bills, finances, all that sort of stuff, and homely things, right? Home. Home from home. I'm home alone and I'm home from home, meaning that I've got everything to do and I'm fixing things and doing everything, but I feel like I'm left out of all of that. So what's going on here? This is someone that's also asking, well, what's going on here? What is going on here? See, trapped in a minefield, trapped. This is like, well, I can't get out. I can't get out the home. I can't get out the house, and I'm trapped at home and I'm trapped at work. So someone on all sides of the scale works from home, or they just do housework and all that kind of stuff. They could be a housewife, all that kind of thing, and they're at home. They look after the house, the bills, the finances, everything else, and that's them there in that. That's a contract of a mortgage as well, like contracts of money, business, all that sort of stuff, right? It's a contract that you physically can't get out of. Whatever this is, you can't get out of it. either of you. You can't get out of it, right? You're in a bind at the moment where you can't physically break out of this, right? You can't. Because that would also be why you're watching it. If it's really winding you up, anything like that, I always used to say good, because that's where people start to really, truly listen. And if they don't, you know, I used to listen to everything that hurt me when I was going through mine, because I realised it was the best way of me getting out of that mess was to actually start listening to the stuff that actually made more sense, that actually was what I didn't want to hear, but ended up thinking, you know what, I actually really do need to hear that now. That is time for me to actually start taking on board that a lot of things I thought was going to come into fruition in the past never did, and they didn't. I only ever got better when I realised that I needed to stop believing on all of this. You know, you got to wait until next year for this person to come back and all that sort of stuff, and I did. You know, I left myself into illusion, thinking, well, if I'll just wait for this year and just keep it going, I can't get it out of my head, blah 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 blah. Right, and it wasn't until I actually started listening to people that were actually telling me the truth that I actually thought, you know what, it's time, right? It's actually time that I actually start admitting things, right? So here, to myself, no one else, to myself, that I started admitting things to myself, right? That was wrong with me, right? Of why I was keep doing it, of why I kept doing it, a habit, right? It can be a hard habit to break for someone, and it's extremely difficult because they're probably a housewife or something, and they're in strong contracts of mortgages and things like that, and they're like, I've got to do that. But it's also making this person feel like vulnerable, like they're not good enough to contend here. For both of you, you feel like you're in the great pretender and the great pretending. A lot of pretending. This is like hide and seek. Can't see it, but it's physically there. It's all in the mind. It's like hide and seek. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde, right? I can't see all of this stuff, but I feel it, and I feel trapped in my head, right? So it's all trapped. All this energy is all trapped, where it's trap music or it's trapped at home. I'm concentrating on my other third person, possibly, right? And I'm with them. I'm in union, and I'm not with them, but I'm talking to them. And this person's here like, well, I'm stuck in all of this, so what? Where do I fit in to here? And that's where you're going wrong, you know. So to me, that really comes across as a... Okay, so this person here is also single, possibly, here, for a lot of you. This is getting so confusing now. This person could also be single and going it alone. Like, well, I've got to look after my health. I'm single and I'm alone, and you're with someone. For some of you, you're both with different people. Put it that one. For some of you, if you are, you're going to know that one, right? If you're not, then this person is like, you know what? My health and myself comes first above everybody else, so you're all out. So you're all out. I'll go it alone. I'll go it on myself. I'm not saying half of those things. Like, you're all like... You're all balmy. Like, I'm not paying attention to this energy here. I'll go it alone. I'll be on myself here, and my health comes first above everybody else, so everybody's out of my energy, right? So I'm just going to look after number one. That's me. Hi. That is me. Not that I'm single. I actually can't be with my girlfriend because she's in isolation. Yeah, I do miss her. Yeah, we're having to go through that because she has to go to work somewhere else and she can't come back to the house. And yeah, we speak to each other all the time, every day, but yeah, we can't be with each other. But again, if that comes down to things like family, it's very true. This is like, you know what, I'll go it alone. I will literally cut everybody out and I'll turn my back on them. I'm not interested. But again, this person here could be with somebody, right? Same instance, me and my girlfriend, other person, that person, here, right? Again, same instance. That I'm with someone, I'm concentrated on my Three of Cups, here. So what's love got to do with it, here? What's that got to do with you? This is where you get into an argument with anybody. Whoever it is relating, if you're arguing, because I'm feeling like you are, right? I'm like, well, what's it got to do with you? What has my business got to do with you? What's my finances got to do with you? What's it got to do with you, how much I can afford and how much I can't afford, and how much we have and how much we don't, and how much we have together compared to what you don't, right? And there's an argument there of like possible money. It's like, well, we have more than everybody else, or you have more than me. And it's like that, 9, 10, 11, 12. I feel like people are going to flip out at me in this, but man, I can't keep holding all these messages back. I just got to be honest. 12, Pisces here. This could be a Pisces. Hello. Hello. Oh, look, there's me. But, yeah. Anybody else out there got a Gemini moon? How do you cope with that one? How do you cope with that one? I'm great when I focus on myself. Me, I just cut people out. Me, and focus on myself. You're all out. If anybody's confusing, that confuses my Gemini moon, the first thing I do is cut them straight out. If my head gets too confused, you're out. You're out. I'll just go straight my own way, and I'll do things my own way. And it's seen as very stubborn. Also, it can be, but that's a Pisces as well. If you're interested, and I'll give you these information just in case you want to know. But if you are interested in Pisces and things like that, they'll do that. They will, because they'll swim up against the stream and against Gemini moon, backwards and forwards. Trust me, they'll be out quicker than mustard, because it will confuse them up to the nines of a contract of like, that's too confusing for me to keep fighting. Because you get drained. You're like, oh, I just can't keep fighting. I can't possibly win. I can't possibly talk and get through to each other to understand that mind over matter is not about mind control, right? Because people are trapped in their head, and they're trapped in cycles that they go around and around and around and around, and it's like, it's too confusing, and it's like, I can't deal with it. Like, I can't. So if you're interested in, say, a water sign, but I'm picking up Pisces because I am one, right? If you are interested in that, and you're like Gemini Pisces, right? For my experiences, it can be very confusing. It can. I mean, I love Geminis. I do. I love you guys. I really do. But again, on a personal level, my experiences, it's been way too confusing for me to keep track of that energy. And that's the best advice I can give you guys if you're interested in a Pisces, and if you're going through this with one, because they represent dark and light. They'll fight against themselves like a salmon and a tuna, and they'll go upstream. And if that gets too much, they just let go, and they just like, oh, fuck this, I'm going down, right? And they'll go down and down and down and down and down. Not down within their energy, but if they keep contending with that, they will, right? So they have to have relief of their mind to go like downstream, right? Where it's a lot easier up in their head, right? Because like up and away, I need to be like clear up in my mind palace. And if my mind palace gets too confused, then I'm out. And that is that for a lot of you. And it could be involving the Pisces again, but you've got another one, but it's in reverse. It could be to do with the Pisces. It could be to do with that I can't be with you. Like I said, again, that energy is here for both of you. That you can't physically be with one another because you are doing social distancing, and there is distance, and you can't physically be with one another. Okay? But again, there's someone that's trying to get into an energy as well. Okay? We're trying to get in. It's like get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. And it's like, okay, well, you're in and you're doing something here, but you're physically not, because you can be single in this energy here, as well as this energy here can be single, right? So these can go into different aspects of different lives of people. Well, like I said, this person here could be in a relationship with someone, and they don't want anything from this energy. But this energy here could also be in a relationship with someone that they're kind of seeing and not seeing, It's different folks of people that have mothers and fathers of the same Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus that you know of, right? Because trust me, I'll pick it up and I'll just get confused. But, yeah. You got someone that's like stuck in a contract of like working for the government strongly. This person could work for themselves here, self-employed, and I do everything for myself, and I'll get all my finances and everything all going, you know, up to scratch. And here, this energy could be bound in a contract of working for the government, right? And a work for the government could be a Leo energy, could be Scorpio, Leo, but 8, I work for the government, and I'm just kind of like carefree at the moment, you know, I'm carefree at the moment. I'm just kind of like discovering things that I'm on my own as well in all of this, you know, trying to go on a discovery of like, well, whatever will be, and we just can't, when will we be together, you know, when will we be together? That's a message for some of you where it could be where you are together but you're physically at social distance, and there's a lot of, well, when will we be together, right? So Gemini, you give me a run for my money again. A lot of you probably didn't like those messages, but I can't lie, I have to be honest. If you want to watch the rest of this reading where we go over more cards and then clarify them, again with these and the Back to the Future readings, and then probably others that I'll do throughout the month, they all again go straight to Patron. It's $5 if you want to join Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, okay, which is for a whole month. Okay, you can find that in the link below, as long with an email if you want to reach out for a personal reading or Skype call. Okay, you can do all of those and other readings, other things. They're all in the show more section for all of your other stuff that's been coming out through the months. Okay, I really do appreciate your support, Gemini. Sorry that I may have grilled you a little bit over that, but I've got to be honest with what the reading is telling me, because then I start like, I need to say it. Right, okay, all right guys, thanks very much, catch you again soon.